Do your hamstrings feel tight? Do you have trouble touching your toes? If so, it's probably making certain movements hard, which is limiting your gains in training, making progress difficult in your favorite sport, martial art, or discipline of choice, and maybe even causing pain in various areas of your body, like your knees and back. The reason you have this problem is because you're not stretching enough. Also, you're probably not involving the hamstrings in movement with the rest of your body. What you need is a way to stretch the hamstrings actively, so you can address these two aspects at once. Here's an active hamstring stretch that I teach to all of my new clients in my Foundation Focus program. By combining repetitions and holds of this stretch on a regular basis, you'll be able to reach your toes and beyond, have access to more movements, and feel generally less tense and painful in your body in everyday life. Before you start though, make sure you watch my safety video, which is linked below, so you can train without fear of injury. First, let's start with your feet at hip width. Heels out, knees out, and sit into your feet. Join each hand to its opposite elbow. Round your back, tuck the hip, and send the knees forward until you feel a bit of tension running down the front of your leg and the back of your torso. Now pretend there's a track running from your hip bone to the tip of your knee to the base of your ankles. You're going to bring your elbows towards that track, keeping it as close to your body as possible, and trace down that track all the way to your ankles. Now watch carefully. There's an intimate relationship between elbow, hip, and knee. Notice that as the elbows move, the knees follow. As the elbow moves down, the hips shift back and start to untuck. This untuck lifts the top of the hamstring upwards, which helps to lengthen the muscle. As the hips move, the knees will follow. The hips go back and the knees go back as well. When the hips hit their final position, the knees are backed up fully, pushing against the hamstrings, forcing them to lengthen even more. It's really important to get the timing and coordination just right to feel the maximum stretch and leverage. Don't worry if you don't feel it strongly at first, because it's going to take a bit of practice. Now, once you've established the bottom position, make note of where you are. Your job is to make this position lower and lower until your elbows almost touch your feet. There are three major landmarks here: the knee, the mid-shin, and the ankle bones. Mid-shin is a good starting point and a good place to aim for a general marker of flexibility, and reaching the ankle bones would be a bonus. To help you achieve this position, try this simple movement. Try creating a light pulse by circling your elbows at the bottom. Lift your elbows slightly out of the bottom position, push them towards your shins, and draw down the track. When they reach the bottom, let them come away from the shins and return to the top position to make that circle. And then you're going to repeat this movement. Remember to listen to your body as you're doing this, because you may not feel like you're overdoing it in the moment. You might only feel it the next day. So keep that in mind. Be conservative in the beginning so you can keep practicing without having to nurse an injury. So, if you've got tight hammies, you need to stretch them more. Not in a passive way like you see taught in many fitness places, but in an active way that involves the whole body. This stretch will help you lengthen and strengthen the area, and the pulses help your body learn to receive forces dynamically and at multiple angles. Combining the two will be most effective. Try doing 50 to 100 pulses and add a 30 to 90 second hold at the end. Depending on how you feel straight afterwards or the next day, you can do 3 to 5 sets of this in a serious session. Before long, you'll be able to touch your toes and beyond. You'll have access to greater levels of training and performance, and you'll just feel better overall throughout your day. Thank you for watching. This is Alan Long, helping you train away your pain, rebuild your strength, and move with confidence for the rest of your life.